Dr. Lina Kawane, your maths instructor. This video is dedicated to those students who are learning first time integration. This is the notation of integral. With respect to x, that means dx is must. Its answer is x plus c. Okay. If we have given integral with respect to y, in notation we have to write like this. What is the answer? Can you say? Yes, correct. It is y plus c. Similarly, if you have given integral with respect to z, this is the notation of integral. With respect to y, that means dz is must. And its answer is z plus c. Okay. So try to remember the first formula. Now another formula, we want to see integral of x raised to n dx equal to, the formula is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Now the question is y plus c. What is the meaning of c? C is any arbitrary constant. It is real number, any real constant. Okay. And what is the condition for n? N is not equal to minus 1. This condition is most important. N is not equal to minus 1. Okay. Now concentrate on this formula. What is the formula? Integral of x raised to n with respect to x, that means dx is must. Okay. The integral of x raised to n dx, its formula is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Okay. I am writing one more times. Integral of x raised to n dx equal to, what is the formula? Tell me, friends. Yes, concentrate only here. What is the answer? Correct. X raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Whenever you are taking the integration, plus c is most important, where c is any constant. Okay. Now, yes, you forget. What is the condition? N is not equal to minus 1. If you take n is minus 1, then what happens? N is minus 1. That means minus 1 plus 1. That means 1 upon 0. 1 upon 0 is undefined term. Okay. The same formula we want to check by taking different value of n. If I am taking n is equal to 7. Okay. Then integral of x raised to 7 dx equal to, according to our formula, x raised to 7 plus 1 upon 7 plus 1. That means 8 plus c. Simplify. Finally, you have the answer x raised to 8 upon 8 plus c. Another example. If we take n is equal to half in the same formula, then what happens? Integral x raised to half means, also you can say root x dx. Okay, suppose you have given this form and simplify it, then integral, you know the meaning of square root. It is x raised to half dx. Simplify. Its answer is x raised to half plus 1 means 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. 3 upon 2, this 2 comes in numerator. That means finally 2 by 3 x raised to 3 by 2 plus c. Okay. One more example I am giving you in homework. Check yourself. If n is equal to minus half, then what happens? That means integral of 1 upon root x dx. Simplify. and try to find the answer yourself. Okay. Now we know that the integration is nothing but the anti-differentiation. You know the formula of d by dx of sin x. It is cos x plus c. Similarly, derivative of cos x is minus sin x plus c. Derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x. And derivative of cosec x is minus cosec x into cot x. Also, you know the derivative of constant is always 0. Now, last time we have seen two formula. One is integration dx equal to x plus c. And the another formula is, here it is x plus c. Integration of x raised to n dx equal to x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. This both formula we have seen in last lecture in details. Okay. Now derivative of sin x, we know cos x plus c. So what is the corresponding integration formula? In the last video, we have seen that the definition of the integration. Here, the answer of derivative of sin x is cos x. Therefore, the integration of cos x dx equal to sin x plus c. This is x. Sin x plus c. Okay. Try to remember this formula. Integration of cos x is sin x plus c. Similarly, another formula, integration of sin x dx. Its formula is minus cos x plus c. How to remember this formula? With sign. In answer, in integration, in answer, whenever the first word is c, c means either cos or cosec or cot, then in answer of integration always there is minus sign. Okay. Similarly, in derivative, whenever there is in the question, the first word is c. C is the first word of cos x, similarly cosec x and cot x. At that time, in the derivative of the function of cos or cot or cosec, in answer, the sign must be minus. Okay? Hence, again I will repeat all those four formula. First is integral of dx means x plus c. Second, integration of x raised to n means x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Okay. Integration of cos is sine and integration of sine is minus cos x. Integration of sec x into tan x. This is sec x into tan x. Again I am writing integral sec x into tan x with respect to x, that means dx. What is the answer? Means you have to ask the question yourself. When in derivative the answer is sec x into tan x, it is the derivative of which function? It is the derivative of sec x. Derivative of sec x is sec x into tan x. Therefore, the answer here we have to write simply sec x plus c. And you know that whenever we are writing The answer of integration, in answer always you have to write plus c any arbitrary constant. And the last formula, integration of cosec x into cot x dx equal to, what is the answer? Minus cosec x plus c. Okay. Why here minus? In answer there is first word is c. Means always try to remember the sign. Minus means finally you have to write. I am writing again. Okay. The whole thing. Minus cosec x plus c. Now today's homework is all those formula you have to write yourself in your notebook. Okay. First, let us concentrate on the formula of differentiation. Derivative of tan x is sec square x, that you know. Therefore, integration of sec square x dx is tan x plus c. Derivative of minus cot x is cosec square x. Therefore, integration of cosec square x dx is minus cot x plus c. Because now you know that integration is the reverse process of derivative. Again concentrate. Integration of sec square x dx. Tell me fast, what is the answer? Yes, tan x plus c. Integration of cosec square dx, it is minus cot x plus c. Integration of 1 upon under root 1 minus x square, that is either sine inverse x plus c, or you can write minus cos inverse x plus c. Why? Because derivative of sine inverse x and minus cos inverse x is same, 1 upon under root 1 minus x square. Okay. Means try to remember this formula whenever there is the integration of 1 upon under root, means square root of 1 minus x square dx. At that time the answer is either sine inverse x you can write, or minus cos inverse x plus c. Okay. And if there is no square root, means integration of 1 upon 1 plus x square simply. Here plus sign, 1 plus x square. Again I am repeating, integration of dx upon 1 plus x square. Here there is no square root. If square root of 1 minus x square, then minus sine inverse x. But simply 1 plus x square means 1 upon 1 plus x square, then the answer is tan inverse x plus c, or minus cot inverse x plus c. Let us quickly revise all the formula. Integration of sec square x dx. The answer is tan x plus c. Integration of cosec square x dx. The answer is minus cot x plus c. And integration of 1 upon square root of 1 minus x square, that means sine inverse x plus c. It is the inverse function formula. When there is tan inverse x plus c, if the integration of dx upon 1 plus x square, there is no square root, all sign are plus, and in each term there is perfect square. Okay, 1 plus x square, then the answer is tan inverse x plus c. Similarly, if you have given the integration dx upon a square plus x square dx. Find its answer. What it is? Try yourself. Yes, the answer is 1 upon a tan inverse x upon a plus c. Why it is this answer? If you want to check, then what should do? Correct. Find the derivative of right hand side. If the answer is this 1 upon yes, a square plus x square, then you are correct. Means again the last formula is integration of 1 upon a square plus x square dx. Both are perfect square. Each term is positive. Here a is any constant. Therefore in answer 1 upon a tan inverse x by a plus c. Okay. Let us concentrate last four formula of integration. Integration of e raised to x dx is equal to e raised to x plus c. Now I want to ask one simple question. Give me a function whose derivative and integration both are same. In any viva or in any interview, if you have asked the question, again I will repeat same question. Give a function whose integration and derivative both are same. It is only one function e raised to x. Here integration of e raised to x with respect to x, its answer is e raised to x plus c. Okay. Here what is e and what is x? X is variable. That means here e raised to x, integration of e raised to x dx is e raised to x plus c. And you know one more formula, integration of x raised to n dx. Okay, what is the difference between these two formula? Here x is variable and n is constant. That means variable raised to constant. And in e raised to x, constant raised to variable. Okay, this is the difference. Don't mix up both the formula. Okay. Another formula, integration of a raised to x dx. Again here constant raised to variable, but instead of e here there is a. At that time our formula is a raised to x upon log a to the base e. Again I will repeat, integration of a raised to x dx. It is a raised to x upon log a to the base e plus c. Where here it is, this is c. Okay. I cancel and write again here c, where c is any arbitrary constant. Miss, don't mix up all three formula. Integration of x raised to n dx. Its answer is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Okay. This is variable raised to constant. And again it is polynomial form. And in e raised to x, that means constant raised to variable. Similarly, a raised to x, constant raised to variable. E raised to x, its derivative and integration both are same, e raised to x. Okay. Next formula, integration of 1 upon x dx. Its answer is log mod x plus c. Why here log mod x? Because log is a function whose domain is r plus. That means log is defined only for positive number. Means whenever you are using log function, you must write log mod. Correct? Means integration of 1 upon x dx is log mod x plus c. And last formula of the integration, integral of dx upon x into square root of x square plus 1. It is not 1 minus x square, okay? X square plus 1. The answer is either sec inverse x or minus cos. Today we want to do some basic example of the integration. For that, first we want to see the rule number 1. Rule number 1 is, whenever you want to find the integration of sum of two functions, so first you can take separately integration of each function. That is, integration of fx plus gx dx equal to, we can take integration of each function, means integration of fx dx plus integration of gx dx. Rule number 2. For any real number k, integral of k is any real number. It is constant. It is independent of variable. K is any number, real number. Okay. The k times fx dx equal to, you can take k outside the integration, means k times integration of fx dx. Now first example, find the following integrals. Integral of, you have given in bracket. Why here? There is a importance of the bracket. Why here you have given the bracket? Because here there are two functions. First is x raised to 2 by 3 and second is constant function 1. And you have given the addition of two functions. Therefore, here there is the importance of the bracket. Okay. According to our rule, we can take separately integral of each function. That means integral of x raised to 2 by 3 dx plus integral 1 into dx. Okay, no need to write 1. Clear? Means here there is integral, its dx you have to write. This is the important. Plus integral of dx. Okay, equal to, now you know the rule. Clear? X raised to 2 by 3, it is polynomial. Here which rule is applicable? X raised to n. Integral of x raised to n. That is, what is the formula? Integral of x raised to n dx. Correct. You know, it is x raised to n plus 1 upon n plus 1 plus c. Clear? So here x raised to 2 by 3 plus 1 upon 2 by 3 plus 1. Here we are not writing c. Why? Because you know that constant plus constant. If c1 and c2 both are constant, then sum of two constant is again a constant number. Means for solving the example, we will write simply one constant. Okay. Now what is the integral of dx? This is the second term. Correct. X. Now plus, we are writing simply one constant, means c, where c is constant. Okay. Because you know that constant into constant, it is constant. Constant plus constant, again it is constant. Again simplify. The equal to 2 by 3 plus 1 means 5 by 3. X raised to 5 by 3 upon 5 by 3 means 3 goes with numerator. Therefore, you can write 3 into x raised to 5 by 3 divided by 5 plus x plus c. This is the answer. Okay. Concept must be clear. This is our first example of the integration. Therefore, I am explaining each step. In second example, first try yourself. Mathematics you cannot do directly without writing. Second example, integral of x cube minus 1 upon x squared dx. Okay. Take your notebook with pen and try to solve yourself. Do fast, quickly. The best method for doing the mathematics is to write and think yourself first. Whenever you want to find the integral, first always simplify the given function. Here given function is x cube minus 1 whole upon x square. How to simplify this function? Here in numerator there are two terms, x cube minus 1. That means divide each term by x square. Here there are two terms, means there is the importance of the bracket. X cube by x square minus 1 upon x square, here bracket complete, dx. Now what should do? Integral x cube by x square means x. Now you can write separately. Okay. Therefore here dx minus integral of the second function. Okay. That means 1 upon x square you can write x raised to minus 2 dx. Simplify. What is the answer? Now you know the formula. Do fast, quickly. Tell me. Integral of x means x square by 2 minus x raised to minus 2 plus 1. That means minus 2 plus 1, it is minus 1 upon minus 1. Because minus 2 plus 1, minus 2. 2 is larger as compared to 1. Therefore, sign of 2 is minus. Therefore, minus 1 is answer. Okay? Done? What is the answer? Correct. Plus c. Means finally, x square by 2 plus 1 upon x plus c. This is your final answer. Okay. Third example. Do you want to do yourself? Okay. Do fast. Integral of x raised to 3 by 2. Whenever there are more than one function, always you have to write in bracket plus 2 times e raised to x minus 1 upon x dx. If you know the formula, you can write directly the answer. Okay? Do fast. You can skip some step also. You can write directly also. Separately, take the integral of each function. That means integral of first function into dx plus 2 is constant. You can take outside. Again here there is dx minus integral of third function into dx equal to, what is the answer? Tell me fast. 3 by 2 plus 1 is 5 by 2. Okay. That means 5 by 2 upon 5 by 2. And this 2 comes with numerator term. Plus 2. E raised to x, its integration is same. Minus 1 upon x, its integration is log mod x. Plus we are writing simply one constant of each integration. Okay. Where c is constant. Clear? Now, next example, do only yourself. Fourth one. Integral of sin x plus cos x. Bracket complete. dx. Do yourself. Do fast. This is in homework. Okay. Do fast here only. Complete? Very good. Next also you can do fast here. Integral of cosec x, then in bracket cosec x plus cot x into dx. Write down the question. Fast. Do both question yourself. Solve it. Yes. Done? Quick. Just I am giving you hint in fifth example. Open the bracket, cosec into cosec, that means cosec square x. Directly don't use the formula of integration. First, always solve the given function. Given function is cosec x and into bracket you have given cosec plus cot. That means open the bracket and simplify and taking integral of each function. Therefore, here integral, here dx. It is must. In plus integral cosec x into cot x into dx. Apply the formula. What is the integration of cosec square x? Yes, tell me. Correct. Minus cot x. And what is the integration of next function? Correct. It is minus cosec x plus c any arbitrary constant. And also we discuss one technique, which it is whenever in answer there is first word is c in trigonometric function, either cos function or cosec or cot, the sign should be minus. Correct? This is the technique to remember the formula. This is our answer. Okay? Can you do one more example in homework? Do only yourself. Okay? To find the integral of 1 minus sine x upon cos square x dx. Just I am giving you the hint. Divide each term by cos square x. Okay, here there is the importance of bracket. 1 upon cos square means sec square and sin x upon cos square x. That means sin upon cos into 1 upon cos. Sin upon cos means tan. 1 upon cos means sec. Okay, do fast. This is a beautiful example. Let us see. Find the antiderivative capital F. Antiderivative means integral capital F of small f. That is, you have given that integral of fx dx equal to capital Fx. This we have given. Again read the question. Find the antiderivative capital F of small f. That means integral of fx dx is capital X. This we have given. Okay. Also fx is defined by this way. Means again substitute the value of fx, which is given 4x cube minus 6. Taking integration on the both sides. That means integral fx dx equal to integral of two function we have given. That means we must write the bracket. In bracket 4x cube minus 6 bracket complete. Integration with respect to x, that means dx. Okay. On the left hand side, what is the value of integral of fx dx? Correct. It is capital Fx equal to, on the right hand side, simplify it. Integration of x cube, you know that, x raised to 4 upon 4, correct? Minus, here 6, Therefore, what is this integration? Correct. Plus arbitrary constant we must write, that means plus c. Okay. Simplify it. 4 cancel. That means fx is equal to x raised to 4 minus 6x plus c. Again, you have given something in the question. You have given that f of 0 is equal to 3. Use this concept. That means f of 0. Substitute x is equal to 0 on the both sides in above equation star. Replace x by 0. 0 raised to 4 means 0 minus 6 times 0. That means 0 plus c. What is f0? It is given 3. Simplify it. Therefore, the value of c is equal to 3. Again, substitute this value of c in equation star. Therefore, by equation star, f of x is equal to x raised to 4 minus 6x plus 3. Okay, this is our final answer. Again, let us see the question. Find the antiderivative capital F. That means we want to find the value of f, which is this. And the condition is given integral of fx dx is capital Fx. Okay. And f of 0 is equal to 3. Means we want to find such a function capital F which satisfy both the conditions, the value of small f which we have given in polynomial form and capital F0 is equal to 3. Okay. The question is, integrate the following function with respect to x. First one is, find the integration of sin mx. Okay. So here we are using the substitution method. So let us assume m into x is equal to t. Suppose instead of sin mx, if you have given directly sin x, then you know the direct integration of sin x, it is minus cos x. You know the formula. Okay. But instead of sin x, we have given sin mx. So let us assume mx is equal to t. Then differentiation on both sides. Okay. M is constant, means as it is. X is a variable, its derivative is dx equal to, again, mx is equal to t. On the left hand side it is variable, therefore right hand side t is again a variable, its derivative is dt. Now substitute this value in our original function, equation number 1. So by equation 1, here substitute the value integral sin mx, means sin t. The value of dx is 1 upon m dt. Here, if you find the value of dx, then it is dt divided by m. Substitute the value of dx in equation 1. It is dt divided by m. M is constant, you can take outside of integration. Okay. Now, integral of sin t with respect to t. You know its formula, correct? Minus cos t plus c, any arbitrary constant. Substitute the value of t, that means minus cos t is mx upon m plus c. This is our final answer. Again, I will repeat. Here, in our question, there is sin mx. Okay. We want to find its integration with respect to x. Now, here we cannot use directly our formula. You know, the integration of sin is minus cos. But here we are using the substitution method. Let mx is equal to t. This is our substitution. Now differentiation on both sides. That means m is constant as it is. Derivative of x is dx. Right hand side t, its derivative is dt. Find the value of dx. That is, we have this box. Now in equation number 1, substitute the value. That means 1 upon n integral sine. The value of mx is t. Okay. The value of dx is dt divided by m. That means dt, m is constant. You can write outside the integration. Okay. Now what is the integration of sine t? Correct. It is minus cos t. Remaining as it is. Then equal to putting the value of t, which is mx. This is our final answer. Okay. This is the substitution method in mathematics. The second question is find the integral of 2x sine x square plus 1. Do fast. Try yourself. Okay. Mathematics you cannot do directly. Without writing, you cannot do successfully in maths. Integral, what is your question? 2x sine x square plus 1 with respect to x, that means dx. Okay. Here what we substitute? Tell me. Yes. X square plus 1 is equal to t. Why? Because derivative of x square is 2x. 1 is constant. Its derivative is 0. Clear? In our question there is 2x given. Therefore assume the bracket x square plus 1 is equal to t. Now differentiation on the both sides. Therefore 2x. Again derivative of x with respect to x is dx. Okay. I am writing again. What is the derivative of x square? It is 2x. Again with respect to x by change rule in derivative means dx equal to derivative of t is dt. Okay. Means directly you have the value of 2x dx is equal to dt. In equation number 1, suppose here given the equation 1, you can write by 1. Its integration is minus cos t plus c. Putting the value of t, that means minus cos t means x square plus 1. Okay, plus c as it is. This is our answer. Clear? Can you do third question yourself? Okay. Third, do yourself. What is the third one? Integral of tan raised to 4 root x into sec square root x whole upon root x with respect to x, that means dx. What should I assume here? Tell me the substitution. Yes, here let us assume root x is equal to t. What is the derivative of root x? Correct. 1 upon 2 root x. Again derivative of x, it is dx equal to derivative of t is dt. Substitute the value. In our question there is 1 upon root x dx. To find its value, 1 upon root x dx is equal to 2 going on opposite side, that means 2 dt. Okay. Given equation, suppose it is equation number 1. So write down by equation 1, substitute the value, that means integral tan raised to 4. What is the value of root x? It is t. Sec square, again root x means t. What is 1 upon root x dx? It is 2 times dt. 2 we can write outside the integral. Then here integration with respect to t. Here we are not getting the answer. Again we have the assume What is the relation between tan and sec? Yes. Is there any relation? What is the derivative of tan? It is sec square. Therefore, let us assume the another substitution tan t is equal to something another variable. Suppose it is u. Why we are assuming like this? Because you know the derivative of tan is sec square. Okay. So here it is sec square t. Again derivative of t is dt equal to derivative of u is du. Now this is suppose equation number 2. Substitute the value in equation number 2. That means 2 outside here. Integration tan u. What is the value of tan t? It is u. Sec square t dt direct it is du. That means u raised to 4 du. And what is this integration? It is very simple. U raised to 5 upon 5. Correct. Plus C. Any arbitrary constant. This is plus C. Okay. Then putting the value 2. U means 10. That means 10 raised to 5 u upon 5 plus C. Again, what is the value of u? Okay, 10 t. Instead of u, there is t. That means 10 raised to 5t. And what is the value of t? It is root x. That means 10 raised to 5 root x upon 5 plus c. This is the final answer. Here we are using the 2 times the substitution. First times root x is equal to t. We are not getting the answer. Again there is an integration and our question is solve the integral. That means again we have to assume. Here we are assuming what is the relation between tan and sec, that we know. The derivative of tan is sec square. Therefore, I am assuming here tan t is equal to u. Correct? Then putting the value. Now, it's transfer in simple form and we know directly it's integration. Clear? That we are using and we have the answer. Can you do the last example yourself? Please try yourself. Do fast. Take a pen and one page. Question number 5. Integration of sine of tan inverse x upon 1 plus x square. Okay, dx. It is very simple. What should I assume? What is the relation between tan inverse x and 1 upon 1 plus x square? You know, the derivative of tan inverse x is 1 upon 1 plus x square. So let us use the substitution. Let 1 upon 1 plus x square equal to t. No, it is wrong. What should I assume? Because its derivative is difficult. Let tan inverse x is equal to t. Therefore, 1 upon 1 plus x square dx is equal to dt. Then putting the value. That means sine t. And this is dt. It is minus cos t plus c. What is the value of t? It is tan inverse x. Means minus cos tan inverse x plus c. Hence, we have solved all the 5 examples. If you want to learn some more topics in mathematics, then please comment us. If you like this video, then like it, share it and subscribe it. Thank you.